It's a blueprint, a rubric, a guiding light to meet deadlines. It's formulaic to toward us these chords, so give us more of the norm. Come along, it's formulaic.
I'm Shelby.
And I forgot to come up with a cool, clever thing.
That's right. And this is a table read episode of Formulaic.
Wait, hold on. I missed my opportunity to come up with a clever thing.
Hello. There it is, James. I'm proud of you.
I'm a little foggy today, just like the mist in this episode, because one, the air quality's bad. That's always messes with my lungs. Two, I thought maybe, hey, can't record today because last night I ate some soup and it literally made me not be able to talk. It burnt the back of my throat that much. And then last night while going, I was sleeping, as you do at night sometimes.
Normal nighttime activity.
Yeah. Well, dreaming, my subconscious mind tricked my body into thinking I was suffocating. So I woke up still thinking I was suffocating.
Yeah, that sucks.
It wasn't good. I've been reading Batman before bed and the Joker's coming at me with his toxins. It's not, it's fun reading it. And I guess that's the downside. Maybe don't read right before bed.
Maybe you can read like one page of something gentle before bed.
Okay.
Or, write yourself a nice little note, and then once you finish your Batman, read that, and then you can put nice thoughts into your head for sleep.
Okay, or I could read an issue of Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries.
Oh.
Perfect. It's gentle, it's wholesome, and it ties right into our table read episode. Because we wrote an episode of A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, or we broke it in our last episode, and James went ahead and wrote the script for this one. You love to see it. He's a much quicker writer than I am and writes more words.
I don't think it's quick. I think all in all, your scripts take 6 hours and my scripts take 6 hours.
I guess that's fair. I just split it up more.
And my scripts take maybe 2 hours to fix the typos in.
Yeah, I meant to go read through this and do that, and I didn't.
No, I did
it. Okay, good.
I did it twice.
Oh, fantastic.
I did all the typos and then I went through and read it out loud because as I was reading to Nicole, I was like, some of this on reading makes sense, but saying it out loud does not.
Yeah, I do see a typo on the first page that I'm staring at, so I probably should have read.
You have the newest version?
I just clicked the link you sent me.
Okay, where's the typo at?
Daphne talking. I asked her what C wanted.
Hold on.
There's one
first
later,
Daphne.
too.
Oh, well, that's supposed to be she wanted.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. I don't care. Typos happen. I've reread and reread stuff hundreds of times and there's still typos. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah, you may have heard of typo negative. We're type O positive over here on Formulaic. Hey, how
Never
you
been
doing?
introduced yet.
Please shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about Peter Steele's old band.
So anyway, we are reading our table. This is our table read of our episode of A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, Missed America. Let's get into our stars. I, of course, will be playing Velma, reprising my role. I will also be playing Pageant Girl, Ms. Clarabelle, and
Marilyn Munchie.
Thank you. James?
I'm playing scene direction because boy, oh boy, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I will be playing Jenkins.
Wait, who are you first?
I'm Corwyn. Just a voice. Just a voice in the dark. Streamer, podcast host, all those things. And I will be playing Jenkins, the hotel manager, and spoilers, the mist monster?
Uh-oh.
Hello, my name is Jacob. I go by J-Train, and I think some people may recognize that name. I'm an online person, so I don't have much going on, but I am online. I will be playing Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Woo!
You're also playing the chef.
Yes, correct.
I'm Stef. I make music, and you can find me on ksbp.bandcamp.com, and you can also find me on twitch.tv/ksbptv. Wow. I should change my name. It's just a mashing of syllables.
Alphabet soup,
It's
call
alphabet
it.
soup. I'll be playing the roles of Daphne and Clarissa.
Hey, I'm Nick. I am rapper, producer, occasional voice actor, and also occasional cog in the wheel of Oprah's continued dominion over Earth. I also have music anywhere the internet meets your ears, so you can hear it anytime. And I will be dabbling in the role of Fred, but most importantly, taking part in the iconic, legendary role of delivery guy.
Where can people find your music? Like, where would they Google?
It's Nick with a period. You can find me online under the 3 words, just Nick, period. But it's also just Nick and a period.
Perfect. And Sean.
What's going on, you motherfuckers? Just after 5 minutes, I can say what I fucking please, shitting well want ass. My name is Sean. You can find me over on the most sweaty time pro wrestling podcast on the Marchland Media Empire conglomeration. Also, Goose Von Kaiser, twitch.tv/ what I just said to watch me do stuff. And, you know, I'm hanging out. You can find me. Today, I will be playing the roles of, like, Zoink Shaggy Rogers. All right, I'm coming into this one cold. I want to see if I can find him. and red herring. Fuck you, Fred. All right, it's gonna be something like that.
Without further bullying of our star actor, let's go ahead and get started on the table read of A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, Missed America.
Exterior, Crystal Cove Hotel, day. We cut to a stormy afternoon in Coolsville, USA. We see a large 5-story hotel in the middle of the town. It looks a little run down with sun-bleached pink paint that used to glow in the midday sunlight as a beacon to all that are fancy in town. Now, the hotel, standing as a symbol of the town's past, brings in guests out of necessity rather than desire. The marquee reads in large letters, Velma's Hotel Party. Then, underneath, in a font so small you could barely call it a footnote, it reads, the 78th Miss Coolsville Beauty Pageant. We hear Daphne Blake in narration.
Today was stormy. And not just like literally, but because we were crashing the Crystal Cover Hotel like thunder to celebrate the birthday of our smartest, shyest friend, Velma. I asked her what she wanted. Money not being a problem, of course, with daddy and all. She could have had anything, and all she wanted was hotel party. All she said was hotel party. No theme, no guest list, no other further classification, simply hotel party. So I naturally did what any girl in my position would. I asked my butler Jenkins to figure it out. So we are here for Velma's hotel party, whatever that means.
Interior, Crystal Cove Hotel entrance, day. We see the gang in their normal attire walking in from the rainy day. We only see the 4 humans, no Scooby in sight. Freddy looks around while the rest of the gang are shaking out their umbrellas.
Geez, gang. Sure is raining cats and dogs out there. And speaking of dogs, Shaggy, where's Scooby?
Shaggy looks to Freddy confused.
Well, Freddy, he's right here.
Shaggy undoes his umbrella, and as he is shaking it out, it becomes apparent that Scooby-Doo, the dog, had shaped into the form of an umbrella, Looney Tunes style, and was being shaken back into dog shape. Shaggy, now holding a dog-formed entity like a sword, sets Scooby down on the hotel floor. Scooby, in dog form, shakes himself out and speaks.
Yeah, it's really raining cats and me out there.
Oh, Scooby.
The gang walks up to the hotel front desk. We see the hotel manager, who is dressed in what James can only describe as Tim Curry in Home Alone 2 Lost in New York.
Tuxedo. The word is tuxedo.
No, it's not. His face goes from apathy to frustration when he sees the put-together debutante Daphne Blake.
You're not one of those prissies from the beauty pageant, are you, miss?
No, I'm Daphne Blake, of course, here with Velma's hotel party.
The hotel manager's face jolts into happiness, then nervousness for how he just treated Daphne, then into an apologetic fervor. The changes were close up and really exaggerated like an old cartoon, so it's goofy.
Oh my, I'm so sorry, Miss Blake. Where are my manners? Of course you're with the Velma's hotel party. I must apologize.
It's like totally fine, Mr. Manager, sir.
Oh, call me Christian, or just the gum beneath your shoes, for I am but a humble, lonely servant. I am truly grateful for your patronage. I would do anything to please the party.
Shaggy and Scooby jolt into frame.
Well, if you're offering, how about some free room service during our stay and a few comped meals at the hotel restaurant?
Yeah, how better, monsieur?
Absolutely. Anything for friends of Velma's hotel party. I will get all of that prepared right away.
The hotel manager darts off screen, leaving his fancy white gloves suspended in place midair. The white gloves then dash in his direction. Freddy looks at Shaggy and Scooby.
Wow, I'm surprised you two would be so excited to eat at a fancy hotel's restaurant. Seems sort of,
Freddy looks for the words to put something politely. Daphne butts in.
Your palates don't seem that refined, is what Freddy is trying to say.
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
Well, you'd be wrong. This restaurant has the best, most decadent hamburger in all of Coolsville.
Shaggy and Scooby say in unison.
The Beef Monster.
They begin to drool the shape of a freaky monster that then gets hit by a mallet, which also is made out of drool. And when it pops back up, it is now the shape of a hamburger. This is the beef monster. Jenkins strolls in with one of those squeegee mops and brings the drool to the drain in the hotel lobby. They stop drooling and straighten up.
It's the whole reason we picked this hotel. Scoob and I know that Velma loves a good hamburger. Maybe even more than us. Isn't that right, Velma?
We cut to Velma wearing a bib that says, "I slayed the beef monster," with a monster in a circle X'd out like the Ghostbusters logo. She has a fork in one hand and a knife in the other. Velma excitedly in a raspy tone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice of you, Shaggy, but wait, Jenkins. I thought I asked you to make the party arrangements.
Jenkins pops up with an arrow in his chest, goofy-like. He faints slightly backwards, back arched, with his limp hand over his forehead.
That you did, Miss Blake. I hope I did not fail you, for when you asked me, I knew that Velma loves American hamburgers. Yet I, a man of class, know nothing of the sorts. So, to get the job done properly, I employed the services of the Rogers boy and your puppy friend, Shaggy and Scooby. For no one knows the American-styled hamburger more than these two. It was the only way to get the job done properly, Miss Blake. Please, forgive me.
He faints fully. Shaggy and Scooby prop him up from behind Weekend at Bernie's style to be eye-to-eye with Daphne.
Jenkins, that's so sweet of you. Truly, the perfect butler. This will look good on your college resume. Up and at 'em now. Bring our suitcases to our room while we get settled in for an early lunch.
Interior Crystal Cove Hotel restaurant day. The gang seat themselves at a restaurant booth. The restaurant looks like a classic Hollywood fancy eating establishment in red velvet, stained with the glamorous tinge of tobacco smoke from the years starlets smoked from long cigarette pipes and men chewed the aromatic ends of cigars as they puffed the night away. The gang situates itself. Once they have, a French chef comes to their side. This seems odd. Why is a chef doing this and not a waiter?
Oh, you must be with Velma's hotel party. It is a pleasure. I am Chef French Baguette, and I will be personally tending to your dining experience today, as you are such very important members of Velma's hotel party. What can I get for you, sirs and madams?
Shaggy jolts up, now in a fancy Victorian food critic attire. Shaggy, but in a French accent.
Oui, monsieur. We will all be choosing from your highest quality of dish. The puppy and I will have a beef monster burger. The birthday girl will have a beef monster junior. And the two others, the blonde and the snazzy ascot and the red and purple, they will have the beef monster slider.
Oh, oui, oui. Only is the best for a man of culture, class, at Velma's hotel party.
Oh, you tickle me peachy, monsieur.
The chef dashes away, and before anyone can speak, the chef returns, somehow carrying all the food on his arms and on the top of his chef's hat. Chef, stern-like, but not Baba Booey stern.
Bon appetit!
He dashes away after placing the dishes down. Shaggy, while waving his arms like he's waving down a taxi.
Un moment, monsieur.
The chef springs back into frame.
Yes, Master Rogers?
Shaggy leans into the chef's ear for a whisper. We zoom into the ear in Shaggy's mouth. Shaggy, in his normal voice now.
You got any of that, like, special sauce, dude?
We cut to another angle, and Shaggy is dressed as he normally does now.
You know, the special barbecue jalapeno pineapple cream cheese secret sauce? Beef Monster Edition?
I'm so sorry, Master Rogers, but we currently do not.
Shaggy and Scooby look at each other without any emotion. They look back to the chef.
No
sauce,
sauce,
you
you say?
Shaggy and Scooby look back at each other, then fall into the booth like they were hitting the ground, and up go little dirt-clod grave sites with a single flower sprouting up from each of the mounds.
Not any here in the restaurant, but in the hotel we do.
Angel ghosts of Shaggy and Scooby strumming harps rise from each of the grave plots. They go off screen at the top, then Shaggy and Scooby float down to land on their seats again.
Do go on.
We are hosting the Miss Coolsville beauty pageant, so the bulk of their special sauce was placed at their snack table in the conference hall. Cases of this stuff.
Cases, you say?
What did you say?
Shaggy and Scooby dash off screen towards the conference room at the thought of cases of delicious barbecue sauce.
More beef monster for you then, Thelma?
We see Velma going wild on all these beef monsters, really chowing them down. Fade to black for commercial break. Interior, Crystal Cove, a hotel conference room day. Shaggy and Scooby emerge from the hallway, leading into a large conference room at the hotel that is now hosting the 78th Miss Coolsville beauty pageant. The girls clock him and Scooby. They begin to look enraged at the prospect of a boy in here before everything is all set up. The room is silent.
Say, any of you know where the barbecue sauce is?
The girls all exhale a sigh of relief. A girl in the middle looks around to the others.
Don't worry, everyone. He's not here for us. He's here for the food. If you're looking for the barbecue sauce, it was far too sugary and fattening for us, so we placed it in the janitor's closet back there in the only not lit corner of the room. You know what they say, out of sight, out of mind.
Thanks.
Shaggy and Scooby turn away from the girls and start walking away.
Well, they sure were friendly, Scoob.
Yeah, really.
Shaggy and Scooby walk into the closet. When they open it, a heavenly light emerges and their eyes are in majestic bewilderment. We cut to see that inside the closet are just normal cardboard cases of the special sauce. Shaggy and Scooby each rip open one of the dunkable plastic cups and down it all in one gulp. They start to shake with happiness as they start steaming, but not in a this is way too hot kind of fashion, but in a the steam whistle just blew so I can go home kind of way. They then start turning into the shape of one object to another. First is a jalapeno, then a pineapple, udders being milked, milk being churned in a butter churn to symbolize cream cheese, then a couple of dads barbecuing on a Saturday afternoon. They form back into their old selves. As they are talking, the room around them begins to fill with a fog, or possibly a mist.
Wow, Scoob, this is great. We gotta wheel these cases back to our room. Can you switch to dolly mode?
You got it, Greggy. Let me just.
Scooby sneezes before he can change into a dolly.
Sorry, Reggie. Don't know what came over me. Let me try again.
Shaggy turns around to check on his pail, but is greeted by a monster emerging from the mist. This is the Mist Monster.
Scoob, there's a mist monster.
Scooby, still dealing with his allergies.
Mist Monster?
Yeah, behind you. Mist monster.
Hotel party?
No.
Shaggy grabs Scooby by the dog shoulders and turns him around.
A mist monster.
Oh, a Mist Monster.
Yeah.
Shaggy looks relieved to finally get through to Scooby. Scooby shakes his head in calm agreement, seeing that this is in fact a mist monster. They then turn to the fiend.
Pleased to mist you.
Shaggy and Scooby's eyes and tongue start bulging out like in those old cartoons. This alerts the girls at the pageant. They immediately start freaking the geek and stampeding out of the conference room. Shaggy and Scooby start running too, but get caught in the stampede and are trampled. Once the stampede has cleared, we see them flattened paper thin on the ground like they were drawn there. They then whip themselves back up and are no longer 2D paper thin guys. Shaggy relieved.
Phew, that was close.
Scooby scared.
Yeah, but what about him?
Scooby points up to the mist monster over Shaggy's shoulder.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about him.
Shaggy and Scooby just dart away. The mist monster, first puzzled by the abrupt speed of this human child and puppy, starts chasing after them. We see Shaggy and Scooby running, then Shaggy stops and points to a clothing rack full of clothes for the pageant contestants.
Scoob, let's hide in here.
Shaggy and Scooby jump into the clothes rack. Mist Monster runs into frame. As soon as he stops, Shaggy and Scooby drop out of the coat rack, but they are now dressed differently. Scooby is dressed as Karen Foster, season 2 of Step by Step. Think fancy pirate, but with big 80s hairdo, and Shaggy is in a late 80s one-piece swimsuit with neon wave patterns. Shaggy in a girly voice.
Yikes, Scoobriella, we have a peeper.
Scooby also in a girly voice, but between munches of Beef Monster Burger.
Gertie.
Mist Monster gets nervous and starts moving his arms in an X pattern.
No. There seems to have been a misunderstanding.
You'll be hearing from our lawyer.
Shaggy emphasizes his statement by smacking his index finger forcefully against the arm of the Mist Monster, like some Karen would, which makes his wig slip down. The Mist Monster looks confused, which quickly turns to devilish delight. He grabs Shaggy by the head, which startles the young scaredy cat. He starts praying to the Heavenly Father above, but in a cartoonish way. Mist Monster yanks up and pulls away the wig.
Now, her being a boy, I can get. But this...
Mist Monster leans sideways to see behind Scooby, revealing his tail.
But the tail? How could I have missed that?
Run, Scoob!
Shaggy and Scooby run so fast it causes a small sonic boom that blows the mist backwards, giving them time to run away. Interior, Crystal Cove Hotel Restaurant Day. Freddy, Daphne, and Velma are sitting at the table. Velma is still, but now slowly, eating beef monsters. She's an absolute tank. From the hallway, we see the stampede of pageant contestants coming from the conference room.
Well, geez, what could that be, Fred?
Stampede? Here? In Coolsville? Not possible. The only thing that could have caused this is if the most of the town had been zapped by plutonium cattle converter ray guns. It's an invasion. It's the end of days. It's the apocalypse even.
Daphne looking into camera.
Only a swift smack can get Freddy out from a spiral this deep. Jenkins.
Jenkins smacks Freddy. He calms down.
Thanks, Daphne. You're probably right.
The stampede has died down, and from the hallway comes running Shaggy and Scooby.
Whoa, guys. Where's the fire?
Shaggy, out of breath.
Not fire, mist, monster.
Shaggy, calm down. We can't understand you through all that panting.
Shaggy, out of breath still.
Mist, monster.
Hotel party? Scooby, can you make any sense of this?
He said Red Monster.
Oh, Miss Monster. What's that? A new character in one of your Commander Cool comics?
Shaggy, now no longer wheezing.
No, we saw it. A giant monster made out of thick, foggy mist.
Oh, come on, guys. There's no such thing as monsters.
But it is true.
The gang looks around, and coming from the hallway is fashion model Marilyn Munchie. Think a Hanna-Barbera version of Marilyn Monroe. Absolutely dashing. She comes running towards the gang's table. Daphne's eyes widen with excitement.
Oh my god. Are you Marilyn Munchie? Miss Coolsville 10 years in a row?
That is correct. But my pageant days are done. I'm now selling exercise videos. It's like jazzercise, but instead of burning calories, we're expelling demons from the innocent via lunges. Oh, and I'm judging pageants like this now, of course.
I'm your biggest fan. I have all your headshots, all your magazine covers. My friend Shaggy even gave me a copy of your comic book, Marilyn Munchie Meets Man-Thing. You're like my idol.
Well, thank you so much. It is always a pleasure to meet a fan. Unfortunately, nothing feels pleasurable anymore now that the pageant might be shut down.
Why is that, Madam Munchie?
Because of the mist monster, that's why. Your scruffy friend and his scruffier canine tell the truth.
Oh my, but if the pageant doesn't go on, you won't be center stage to the crown the victor. That settles it. The Scooby-Doo Detective Agency is on the case, Miss Munchie.
Then sounds like we have a mystery to solve. Say, Miss Munchie, can you tell us any other details about this guy?
Well, Shaggy and Scooby may have seen more, but from what I saw, this beast rose from a thick fog covering the ground, and as it rose, it screamed a piercing shriek.
Sorry, that scream was for me.
Quite fine, little canine, but besides that, I only know he was made of a solid mist.
A solid mist, you say? Sounds a lot like red herring.
Red off screen.
Not now, Fred.
We see a red herring with a half-eaten beef monster in front of him, sitting in the booth next to the gangs. He has ballooned into a perfect sphere.
I tried to slay the beef monster, but it slayed me.
And you're kind of slaying the vibes in here. Jenkins, roll him away.
Jenkins springs up near Red and starts to push him away.
Hold up. You can't do this. I'm a human being.
If you leave, I'll happily pick up the check.
Well, you heard the lady. Roll away, Jenkins.
Jenkins rolls Red out of frame. Daphne stands at attention.
Well, this mystery won't solve itself. Let's go, team.
Hey, that's my line.
The gang walks out of the restaurant. Fade to black for commercial break. Real quick, it was a much better idea for Shelby to read as Marilyn Munchie because somehow, Shelby, you made those lines pornographic.
That was great. That was hilarious.
Thank you. It was the Marilyn Monroe voice. That was in the direction.
It was very good.
Good work. I'm proud of you.
Shelby, you crushed it. But James,
you.
I
Very good.
don't want you to think you could not have made that pornographic.
Yeah, I think you could have done it.
It would have sounded more like Jennifer Tilly. Okay. The gang, I mean, Jennifer Tilly's pornographic. Never mind. Just how the flawless acting she has. The gang are walking into the now empty conference room. Daphne is narrating.
We headed to the conference room to get to the bottom of this mystery. That Miss Monster better run and hide, because by the end of the night, this case will be closed like a compact before hitting the runway.
We hear a studio door open. Shaggy in narration.
Hey, Daphne? Am I not doing narration anymore?
Oh no, Shaggy, it's just for this episode.
Phew, cool. I thought I was out the insurance. Well, I'll leave you to it, Daph.
We hear the studio door close. The gang is walking up to the janitor's closet, looking for clues.
So, Shaggy, can you walk us through this again? What happened?
We were minding our own business, getting the cases out of the closet. Then, Scooby sneezed.
I sneezed.
God bless you, Scooby.
Thanks, Velma.
Velma scratches Scooby behind the ear. He loves it as his leg moves uncontrollably.
Then, rising from the mist, after Scooby sneezed, this monster popped out and scared us all.
Surprised it wasn't a snot monster with all that sneezing. Yuck!
Very peculiar. Hey, birthday brainy, you got anything?
We see Velma looking on the ground with a magnifying glass. She pushes a button on it and a bunch of metal gadgets and more lenses pop out like it's becoming a telescope. It starts beeping and flashing to the right of the screen. She runs towards it, revealing a newspaper from today.
Jinkies.
Did you hear that, Freddy? Velma said Jinkies.
Oh boy, I did. She must have found a clue.
That I did, Freddy. It's the front page of today's newspaper. You see this here?
Velma points to the paper. We zoom in to see a huge spread on the front page. Headline reads, Velma's Hotel Party. Anyone who is anyone, asterisk, in Coolsville will be there. Parenthetical, with asterisks, details, ... Guests not welcome. Presents, on the other hand, are encouraged. Please drop off at the hotel's front desk. Care of ... Velma's Hotel Party. We cut back to the gang.
Not there. There.
Velma points at that much smaller article at the bottom of the page. It reads, Tonight, the 78th Miss Coolsville Beauty Pageant. See history in the making as new upstart Clarissa Clarabelle attempts to beat Marilyn Munchie's record of 10 consecutive wins at the pageant. Only here at the Crystal Cove Hotel.
Sounds like we need to pay this Clarissa a visit, right, gang?
That's right, Fred, for Marilyn.
Interior, Crystal Cove Hotel, Clarissa's room, day. The gang walks up to a closed hotel door. On it, there is a sign that reads, Miss Clarabelle's room, do not disturb. Daphne is leading the investigation, walking to the door, eyes closed shut, strutting with the authority of a young detective on the beat. Daphne knocks on the door in the rhythm/tune of the A Pup Named Scooby-Doo theme song. The door swings open to reveal a mother-aged woman. She looks annoyed.
Can I help you, Miss Little Thing?
Why, yes, you can. I'm Daphne with the Scooby-Doo Detective Agency in association with Velma's Hotel Party. We were just wondering...
I'm going to stop you there, hun. I'm not in the mood to listen to some pageant girl right now, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to slam this door in your face. All of that hairspray lingering in the air is messing with my allergies and giving me a throbbing headache.
Her head starts to throb real big before slamming the door shut. Scooby walks up to Daphne.
Don't worry, Daphne. I got this.
Scooby is dressed as Karen Foster again, in that floral print and high-rise jeans from the episode where she goes to that dance with a nerd boy. He looks stunning. We see the door from the POV of the hotel room. The door opens and we see Scooby-Doo ready to talk to Miss Clarabelle. Scooby, in a girl voice.
Hello, Miss Clarabelle. I am Maria, puppy detective. and I am here to ask you a few questions.
We cut to the hotel POV from before to see the gang and Miss Clarabelle in the hotel doorway.
Okay, let me make an amendment, like our forefathers, to my previous statement in our last outing. I won't talk to any pretty girl, and I simply cannot talk to some dog I don't understand.
Miss Clarabelle slams the door yet again in the face of the gang's journey for justice. The gang, minus Shaggy, slowly turn their heads to Shaggy. Shaggy notices, his shoulders slump, and he looks upset.
Ah, jeez. I totally would, gang, but, oh, darn, I don't have forefathers.
The gang then slowly turns to Velma.
But what about Velma's hotel party?
We zoom in a little on Velma's face as her eyes begin to fill up with tears in a sappy way. Shaggy dejectedly.
Okay. Someone give me the makeup bag.
We cut to a close-up on the hotel door from the hall side. It opens to Miss Clarabelle looking very annoyed, ready to scream.
What is it now?
We then cut to Shaggy in the one-piece neon swimsuit from before.
Well, hello again, ma'am.
Hello. That's more like it. A girl I'm not threatened by.
Thank you. How has your day been going?
Shaggy is interrupted by a frustrated Daphne who whispers in his ear. As she's whispering, she is gesturing a wild Tex Avery-like scream, but it is just a whisper. We hear nothing, but it looks like she should be yelling at the top of her lungs. Shaggy is politely nodding his head along in agreement. Daphne then stops and motions Shaggy to go on now with her hands. Shaggy then looks up to Miss Clarabelle.
Clarissa, why did you become mist and ruin the pageant when you're about to beat Marilyn Munchie's record?
Shaggy screamed this with the same wild gesturing that Daphne did in her whisper. Miss Clarabelle looks slightly annoyed by this altercation. She starts to speak, but is interrupted by her daughter, Clarissa, who emerges from the room.
Yeah, why would I when I'm about to beat Marilyn Munchie's record? I can't take the crown if the show doesn't go on.
Daphne pauses for a beat, then leans back into Shaggy's ear to talk. Daphne simply shrugs her shoulders during a short whisper. Shaggy shrugging his shoulders.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Daphne then quickly barges in, pushing Shaggy to the side.
Well, what about your mom, huh?
Yeah, she doesn't seem to like being here at these pageants one bit.
As I stated, the smell of hairspray nauseates. It's why Clarissa doesn't use the stuff, only a non-hypoallergenic mousse.
Shaggy excitedly while drooling.
Like chocolate mousse? Scooby, you can finally eat chocolate cheesecake.
Scooby turns into a cheese wheel and splits into 8 segments that a little Scooby-colored mouse starts eating in one bite. With each piece eaten, he starts changing back into his normal dog form bit by bit. It's like a cover of the Animorphs books. Miss Clarabelle is annoyed yet again.
Not that kind of mousse. Hair product. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have a competition to win.
Miss Clarabelle slams the door one final time. Freddy is hit in the face with said door. As he turns around, we see his face has been flattened from the hit.
Well, gosh, she was unpleasant.
Oh, that was real good. I like I can't see you, but I'm guessing you plugged your nose.
Yeah, it was from the heart.
Heck yeah. Or from the nose.
Indeed.
Freddy shakes his head back to normal. The gang looks around, not knowing what to do next.
Well, if one lead goes cold, we find a fresh hot one, boys. And Velma.
Daphne winks at her best friend Velma. Velma blushes.
Off to the manager's office.
The gang starts to leave as a fog rolls in behind them. We go to Scooby as he starts sneezing.
Achoo!
Scooby's snout turns into an air horn as he sneezes, but instantly changes back when he's done. Scooby turns around and sees the Mist Monster. He grows terrified.
Mist Monster!
The gang all look back, then get scared in a cartoonish way, then start dashing off. Interior monster chase day. The gang is chased through the halls while a song plays. I didn't have time to produce an entire song. Each room they enter, when they leave, they are wearing different pageant style attire. First, very well dressed. Second, dressed as their hobbies. Fred as a reporter, Daphne as a fashion model, Velma as a pro wrestler, Shaggy and Scooby as Commander Cool and his dog. Third, bathing suits. Fourth, pie-eating contest bibs covered in pie. Fifth, dressed as the cast of Hairspray with John Waters joining them. Interior, manager's office evening. The gang run past an open door, but when they start to hear talking, they dash back to listen.
Head home. It's not like we can get this blasted place cleaned while the pageant is going on.
We see inside the office now. Christian is talking to a couple of janitors. He looks quite upset.
In the time it takes to wipe the walls clean from a layer of hairspray residue, 2 layers have already replaced it.
The gang enter the room as the janitors start leaving. Christian buries his head in a book called Hotel Managing for Smarties.
Well, hello, Mr. Cove.
Hotel manager, head still in book.
No pageant pretties in the hotel office, so scram now, toodaloo!
No, sir, it's Daphne, again, from Velma's hotel party.
Christian calmly looks up from his book to see the gang. He remains calm for a second, then jolts into cartoonish panic. He straightens up again and dusts himself off in a fancy fashion.
Oh yes, I must apologize yet again. Please, what can I do for you? Anything, I am at your beck and call.
Well, I've got a question for you. How come you're so down on the pageant?
Oh, the pageant? Well, it goes back to the 50s, when man made a little thing called hairspray. The stuff, it sticks, it stiffs, it seeps into everything it touches. And with the pageant, hairspray is spread to every nook and cranny of this place. It takes almost the entire year to clean it just to do it all over again.
Well, have you tried lemon juice?
Yes, I've tried lemon juice. I've tried everything. I just wish my grandmother wasn't such a stickler for tradition. She says as long as the pageant goes on, it will go on here at the Crystal Cove Hotel.
Well, I just really think you should try lemon juice. It's not just for sipping.
Thanks for the chat, but I think we should be heading off. Goodbye, Mr. Cove.
The gang exits the room as Christian waves goodbye, happy as a clam for their business. Daphne, in a stage whisper.
Come on, I have a plan.
Fade to black. Interior, Crystal Cove Hotel conference room, evening. We see the pageant room is in a hustle and bustle as we zoom closer to the stage. The lights cut out and a spotlight appears center stage. Freddie, over the sound system.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 78th Miss Coolsville Beauty Pageant. Please, let me introduce our contestants. First, we have the always winning Clarissa Clarabelle.
Clarissa comes out onto the stage while waving, circling the stage, then making her way to the center. She's radiant.
Now, our second contestant. She's quiet, she's coy, but today is her birthday. Give it up for my best friend, Velma Dinkley.
Velma does her scurry walking out onto stage. She goes directly to the center, no pageantry. She is dressed as normal, but she has a birthday hat on and a sash that reads, "It's my birthday, I'll hotel if I want to." We cut to backstage where Scooby is dressed normally. Daphne, holding a clipboard, runs up to him.
Why aren't you dressed, Scooby? You're on in like 15 seconds.
I'm not doing it.
What? You mean wear a dress? But Scooby, you've been wearing one all day. And if you don't mind me saying, you look totally fabulous.
It's not the dress. I don't want to be a monster maid anymore.
But you have to, Scooby. Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
Scooby shaking head no.
Nuh-uh.
What about 3 Scooby snacks?
We're not gonna do it. Also, the hairspray makes my lungs weak.
But would you do it for these?
Daphne pulls out a box of Scooby snacks. They are a special edition beef monster flavor.
It's the new special edition beef monster flavored Scooby snack. And the offer still stands at 3.
Scooby's eyes go wide with excitement as he starts drooling. He bows at Daphne's feet with his mouth open to the sky as she pours in 3 Scooby snacks in a perfect triangular pattern. The taste is so good that Scooby reenacts the chest burster scene from Alien, with the xenomorph being Scooby color-coded and its second mouth tongue is colored the same way. He is carried off-screen by people in hazmat suits. He returns as soon as he's off-screen. He is in the dress and elbow-length white gloves, pearls, and possibly a tiara that Karen Foster wore in that modeling episode in season 2 of Step by Step. We cut back to the stage.
And finally, our last contestant is also my best friend, and I have 4 of them fuckers. It's the Pup Named Scooby-Doo.
Okay, don't ad-lib curse words, okay?
Yes!
Right, that's what Fred was saying.
Go!
I watched a bunch of it before I started.
This was not in my script, guys. There were some typos, but there were not any curse words. I even had when Scooby was dressed up, I was like, oh no, Marilyn Munchie. I was like, boner alert, but I took that out because this is a kid's show.
And we're bringing it back in. Let's fucking go. Boner alert, gang.
Scooby walks out and is absolutely slaying, well, casually slaying a beef monster burger. Glamorous. As soon as Scooby gets to center stage, a ball of mist bellows out from behind the curtains. The mist monster appears and the chase is... Ow, I bit my tongue. The mist monster appears and the chase is on. Interior trap scene / monster chase evening. Scooby is running from the monster towards a trap. It's a silver net, perfect for trapping corporeal beings. Realized, I think we might have used that same joke in the last Scooby script. Scooby accidentally runs past it, which leads to the monster not being netted. Scooby is actually running towards a huge shipping box next to a delivery man with a dolly. Scooby stops in front of the delivery man.
All right, let me get this real quick. 1 mega deluxe air purifier for Scooby-Doo.
That's me.
Sign here, here, and here.
Each signature is Scooby planting down an ink-covered paw print.
All right, here you go.
The delivery man taps the box twice. The box falls in 4 panels, revealing a huge air purifier. Scooby cranks it up to full blast, which sucks up the mist monster. He is shot out on the other side. Interior Crystal Cove Hotel conference room evening. The gang is standing around a now dazed and confused mist monster. Marilyn Munchie is with them.
So, who do you think it is?
I still think it's that truant red herring.
Jenkins rolls Red past them. He is still bloated from eating the beef monster sandwich earlier. Red in discomfort.
Quit it with this beef we got, Freddy. I'm too full of it already. Ugh, I ate so much of that burger that my body is more cow than man. It's like you could milk me.
Shaggy looks longingly at Red.
I can fix him.
What was that, Scoob?
Oh, it was nothing.
Stef, come back to us.
Well, if it wasn't Red Herring, who was it? Velma?
Let's review the clues. First, we found the newspaper article detailing today's events. Second, Mr. Cove explaining how the hairspray just stays everywhere, plus him sending the janitors home. So it could only be him, Mr. Christian Cove, the hotel manager.
They blow away the remaining mist around the monster, revealing the hotel manager.
Yes, I did it.
But why?
Isn't it obvious? Every year this pageant goes on is another year of torment, cleaning this hotel like it's my only job, but grandmother would never stop hosting the pageant, so I just had to stop it altogether.
So you concocted the mist monster, which you made by strapping over 50 cans of hairspray around your body at once. It's why Scooby started sneezing every time you appeared.
Yes, and I would have gotten away with it and been able to have so many more money-making Velma's hotel parties if it hadn't been for...
The picture cuts to a news broadcast. It's Freddy as a news anchor. Freddy, news anchor-like.
We interrupt this madman's confession with the results of the Coolsville beauty pageant. Here's our winner, detailed in this envelope. It is a pup named Scooby-Doo.
The gang rejoices. Freddy is somehow there with them, but also in the TV. Marilyn Munchie starts to put the crown on Scooby's head. We cut back from Fuzz with another news bulletin.
Freddie Jones back again. It seems we have a development with the results. Scooby is disqualified for the fact that he is, in fact, a dog.
We cut back to the gang. Freddy is there, but Shaggy motions towards the TV to talk.
Well, there ain't no rule that says a dog can't compete.
Cut back to Freddy on TV.
No, there is a written rule. I see it right here that specifically states only humans, not dogs, can compete.
Oh, well, that's fine then, I guess.
So, with the Airbud Amendment in play, our winner this year is Clarissa Clarabelle. She did it. She beat Marilyn Munchie's record.
We cut back to the stage. The gang is cheering as Marilyn happily places the crown on top of Clarissa's head. Scooby has no hard feelings because he knows that he is technically the most beautiful lady in Coolsville for the next year. Interior, Crystal Cove Hotel Restaurant night. The gang are all sitting around eating Beef Monsters, Beef Monster Juniors, and Beef Monster Sliders, which are just normal hamburgers. Marilyn and Clarissa are tempted into eating them, but before they can, Miss Clarabelle stops Clarissa sharply.
You should not be eating those, Clarissa. It will make you.
Daphne barges in.
Hey, I know you're not the villain, but you're pretty monstrous toward your daughter. Let her eat what she wants and compete in what she wants to compete.
It's not that. The Beef Monster Burger special sauce contains pineapple. Clarissa is deathly allergic. That's why I had her cooped up in our hotel room. Even the smell can make her break out in a pageant-losing rash. Just like me and hairspray. You might say we're a family of allergies.
Oh dear. Jenkins, please write the Clarabelles a very sincere apology letter for me and give them the name of a family doctor. You know, the one that cures allergies for well-to-do people.
Certainly.
The Clarabelles are elated.
And I'm sorry to all of you guys. I got caught up in solving this mystery for Marilyn Munchie. That I was mean to the Clarabelles and I forgot all about the party.
It's okay, Daphne, because today's not about who won and who lost, what fancy hotel we're in, or whose birthday it is, because every day I'm a winner and feel oh so fancy when I'm with my friends and my good bud, a pup named
Scooby-Doo.
The gang laugh with joy as we pan to the back wall. We zoom in on an old-timey photo of a party much like this one. It reads, Velma's Hotel Party, 1927. In the photo, we see the gang and the Mist Monster all in attendance, the Shining style. Fade to black, the end.
Yay!
Wow.
Yay!
Great job, everyone. Thank you so much for another successful table read. That was great. J-Train, you killed it as Scooby. I was very impressed.
Indeed.
Ayo.
Everyone, wonderful job.
I was suffering from allergies, so I wasn't able to really quite hit the level of Daphne that I was able to hit. But I feel like I did a pretty good job still.
Yeah, everyone did a great job.
Everyone did great.
I hope I was loud enough. I noticed my mic turned itself down because I was too loud.
Oh, it'll be fine.
So we'll get that all put together. Oh my God, everyone, thank you so much for doing this. This was so much fun. Loved the allergies. Loved to see the script after not looking at it at all. And then since we broke it and then doing it here. Great job, James.
Thank you.
You got any updates for us before we close out this episode?
Hell yeah. Head over to patreon.com/The Rom Complex. Check out Shelby Show, The Rom Complex. And while you're on Patreon, how about you head over to patreon.com/MLM Pod. That's MLMPOD, where, oh my God, for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. This upcoming month, Lil Corey and I this existed every single Friday. We are covering every single movie in the Critters franchise. Possibly the 5th. We might not, because that one I think sucks. So, oh boy, head over there. That's $5 a month. But if you're feeling generous, $10 patrons get all of that plus monthly bonus exclusive content, including straight to Patreon, which this month Sean's coming over to watch the, I think, final out of 2 Vampiro feature starring films called The Dead Sleep Easy. I'm pumped for it. And $10 patrons get exclusive, all that exclusive content, but also get shout outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z. The Waz, Orion, Jordan B. The Chaos Witch, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jake, Steve Barnes, A Sweet Child of Time, and Intro Void, my mother, Lil Corey's BFF and now former roommate Shane, that fed, twitch.tv/Corwinning, it's Corwyn, and from the Rom Complex plus Formulaic, a podcast in script writing, it's twitch.tv/R2 Shelby 2. I've been James.
I've been Shelby.
And we've all been a pup named
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. Bye.
Bye. Later.
This has been a Marshland Media
and OK Owl production.
Produced by me, James McCollum.
And me, Shelby Sweeterman.
For more content, please visit MLMpod.com.
Or OKOwl.com.
And for the best way to support this podcast, please visit patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single week. Thank you very much for listening.
Hey, James, can you be sure to bleep out all the slurs he said at the top of his intro?
Hold on now. Those were curses, not slurs. Those were curses, not slurs.
Okay. You think they're just curses, not slurs.
Wow. Yeah, we don't need the listeners hearing that.
Motherfucker isn't.
Those are words I can say as an Irish descendant, okay?
I don't.
That's a very German sounding Twitch handle.
I am being fucked by the editor, and I do not care for this.
It's funny because Sean is actually just such a sweet, nice guy. we will always play him up to be the most horrible sleazebag.
Motherfuckers.
All right.
Angel ghosts of Shaggy and Scooby strumming harps rise. I think is that angel or did I spell angle?
No, you spelled angel.
Okay, all right.
It could be your angle or your devil.
Okay. They start to shake with happiness as they start. I gotta get closer to the screen. I wish I could zoom in on this. Hold on, guys. I'm going to pull this up on Google Drive so I can actually zoom in.
It's all right. This is a lot. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, holy fuck. I'm not reading this. like it's good, but I was just like, yo, that's a lot. Nervous.
Man, if I knew how to read, I'd be very impressed with how much you are reading.
You're really doing a great job, Goose. You're really...
You're all doing great.
I think the narrator could be a little bit better.
I was going to say, everyone's doing great.
I think the narrator is just tickles my peachy.